So today I wanted to share this really cool HDMI switcher. It's the R2 Plus, and it looks amazing. And in fact, you're actually looking at this right now. This is how I'm controlling it, and I will be throughout this whole video, but let me just take you through everything that this thing can do and all of the cool features and functions. So let's get right to it.
Mr. Black.
By the way, welcome to the channel. My name is Danny Black, and I love to share with you cool gear that comes my way. If you're new here, don't be a stranger, and if you want to hit that button that lets YouTube know that you like this kind of stuff, and it'll give you more of it. If you're interested in this product, I'll put the links down in the description so you can find it out down there. On this channel, it's never about you going out to spend your money. I just want to show you the cool stuff that's out there, show you what it does, show you my thoughts on it, and then if you're in the market for it, you can pick it up yourself. But let's just go ahead and dive right into this. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna look at is just the overall design of this thing. So as you can see, it's got a big 5.5-inch built-in display, which makes it really easy to be able to see those shots and what you're gonna be cutting to. You have dials for volume, there's channel A, channel B. You do have a joystick if you have any kind of PTZ cameras out there that you wanna control. You can change different scenes, you can record on the spot, you can live stream directly from here. You also have all the buttons to switch, cuts, you can make T-bar transitions, you can add logos, you can add chroma key and luma and add some media like pictures and things like that. Also go in and adjust the effects, which we'll get to here in a second. And you also have a little dial on the side where you can adjust some of the settings or volume, and it's also a button that you can press as well. Looking at the back of this thing, you have 4 HDMI inputs. Right now I have these 3, and then my 4th would be like a computer or something like that, but I don't have anything plugged into that one. One of the cool things about this one is you have 2 program outs, so you can go to a monitor. Like you can see right now I have it going out to a monitor here, and then I can go out to a bigger monitor if I want to. There's also a LAN Ethernet input, so you can just plug this directly into the internet or the network. And there is a USB out that would go to your computer, which is how I'm actually capturing this right now. You can see that's what's happening here on the computer. On the side, you have 2 microphone inputs, and I like to use like these Rode wireless mics, so you can pop one in right there. You can plug in another one there, or any other audio sources if you want to, and control that volume here on the desk. There is a headphone out, so you can have direct monitoring of those microphones. The tally port actually is really interesting. So they have a tally system where you can hook in different devices, and you can have different lights on the cameras, so that way if it switches from one camera to the next, that way you know to turn your head to talk to a different camera or talk back to that one because the light goes on. With the USB port, you can actually hook in a USB drive, and you can record everything with the program out directly to that USB drive, and it works so easily. It's so great, and you just hit the record button as it's recording. If you want to take a break, you can hit pause, and then that will actually pause the recording, and then you can just unpause it. Then you have a scene button where you can set up different scenes beforehand, which is awesome. You can save up to 8 of them, and that way you can have different picture-in-picture shots or side-by-side shots, and then you can just recall those scenes. You have a picture-in-picture button where you can easily jump that picture-in-picture on there, and you can even easily set where you want that picture-in-picture to go, which is kind of cool. I mean, you can really customize this as much as you want, as you're seeing here. You can even add different transition effects, like there are a ton of them, and you can even control the duration and the fade to black time and soft edges. Ooh, so you can even like stop it in the middle if you want on some of these. I know when I'm watching some of these videos for these products, I actually like to see all the effects. Oh, it's like blinds. That's so cool. All right, let's try the cross one here. That's crazy. I like that. That's cool. Okay, let's try this one. It's like the opposite. Okay, there we go. And let's go with this one right here. That's cool. That's a cool one. If you had like an interview going on and you have 2 different people, different camera shots, you could do something like that where someone was down below. You could even do it like sideways, so you could have the T-bar like stopped halfway, as you see like right here. So that way you can have one person on one side and someone else on the other side, just a different camera shot. I love that fade right there too. And that's so cool. You obviously have like a dip to color, and you can change the color that you want. And then you have a mix. What's the mix? Really nice transition. I'm like a ghost. There's so many transitions that you can play with, and you can do an auto transition if you want just by hitting the auto button, and you can just cut directly to each thing if you're just going back and forth. With the buttons, you can see that you can press a button and that'll be that'll just jump right to it if you want, or you could set it so that it'll preview it first and then you can cut to it later. So if we set it with T-bar, so you can see what's gonna come up later. Oh yeah. Or we can change that one. Yeah. So when you go into the menu system, you have a variety of options here. You have the input section where you can press that and you can see all of your different inputs and what the resolution that's coming through. Then you can even go through those and even change, like this one right here, we can go and we can flip the image like backwards, and then we can also make it go upside down if we need to. Just right there on the spot. You could do that with any of those sources. If we go back to the menu, you can go to output and you can select that. This shows you the outputs that you have here. So output format, we want 1080p 60 frames per second or 30 frames per second if you want, all the way down to 24 frames per second. You can see the next one is layer. So if we go into layer, and you can adjust that T-bar mode or your easy mode depending on how fast you want it to go. And with easy mode, you can even set the scale and the region and even just adjust like the cropping and all of that stuff on each one of those HDMI signals. So there's also key disc. This is where you can adjust your chroma key or luma key. It even has like a color picker, so you can really fine tune that green screen right there. That's really cool. I love that. There's also a media section. This is where you can change your logos. You can see you would click the logo button and it shows up there, and then you can switch to the other ones as well. There's a lot of different ones here that are on here for defaults, and then you can add your own in. And then you can also go into your PTZ section if you want to fine tune those cameras, and then also with your system settings there, you can change the language, also adjust your brightness of your screen, change the fan levels if it's too loud or if you want it quiet. You can get your network information there, and this is where you can put your streaming key. And with that external streaming, you can stream simultaneously to like Facebook, YouTube, and even like Microsoft Teams. You can also get onto it with the IP address, and then you can customize it further on your web browser on your computer. And also with that Ethernet, you can connect up to 4 different PTZ cameras that might be on the network, and you can control each one of those here. And when you click the PTZ button, you can actually go in and you can adjust those positions and autofocus, shutter, even the zoom speed. You can really play with this thing for a while and get really good at it, know exactly what you're doing, but it gives you a lot of options. Whew. My head hurts from all of that talking. That was a lot. But in my opinion, I've used some of them, like this Blackmagic ATEM Mini. And as much as I like this thing, it's cool, but it doesn't do as much stuff that you want it to do. And I like being able to preview the shots up here. Also, you don't have multiple HDMI outs or a headphone out. And with like the picture-in-picture and all that stuff, it's really hard to customize it and those cuts and things like that. This thing is just so much more beneficial. You can do so much more. So that's the R2 Plus. I just wanted to show you all the things it could do, because if you're looking for a video switcher, I just want to say that this has been great so far. Like, it's working really good and it gives you so many options. So if you're interested in a video switcher, if you're doing podcasting or if you're doing some kind of a live streaming event with multiple cameras, whether it's on a network or whether you're just in your home studio like this, yeah, I forgot about that camera. That camera's still there too. Yeah, cool. Thank you so much for watching. That's it for today's video. Just wanted to share that with you, and I really appreciate you being here. And stay tuned for more cool gear that's coming my way. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
Can we call you Uncle Blackie?
No.